viewers as well, and you, Cole, would you welcome him back with open arms?
I think it makes it even better, his whole career at Tottenham and how it's all gone. If he was to walk to Arsenal now, even if his career, even if it wasn't as half as good as what it was, absolutely. Just to see them lose their minds, inject it. Bring back teletext. Let the update come up from there. Let them not have any interaction with social media. Amazing.
Listen, that's one of the reasons why Spurs should sell him, because I just got this horrible gut fit. It's something like that could happen. And people go, no, never. So again, I'm old enough to remember it happening with Sol Campbell, and everybody said that it wouldn't. So,
but I guess on that Tottenham point, then we've kind of talked about how Kane was strengthened United. Where do Tottenham go from here? If you're Tottenham after the season they've just had with Ange coming in, where do Tottenham go from here? What is their bar? What's their level?
It's a great question. So on that, to go to bottom half the league, but no, they're linked with. They were linked with Vlahovic. They've also today been linked by Sasha Tavolieri with, I want to pronounce his name right, the Frankfurt striker. Moani. That's it. They've been linked with him.
You can't sign that guy.
Why? What's wrong with him?
He's in the Saliba video. That's enough for me. That's enough for me.
Is he?
He's the guy. That's all I'm gonna say. You don't know the video, but he's the guy.
I think he's got quality though.
Yeah, but you can't have that kind of mentality go around your club, man. You can't.
I'm sure you could.
Is that a thing young people do now, David? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
I love how you're asking David. He put David, on the spot. Like David's
the only one on here that I would call young. Like the rest of us are all a little bit old. Do you know what I mean?
Staffy. Wait, how old's Staffy?
I don't reveal my age anymore.
He's old, bro. He's old.
He's your uncle, bro.
He's not older than me, surely not.
He's definitely older than you.
Man, I thought Staffy was a kid, Oh wow.
I do have a baby face, but no, I'm older.
Yeah, he's old man.
No, you don't.
Why are you hating, bro? Why are you hating? You're such an angry person, bro.
What is that? He's like, I have baby face. I'm cute. I'm like,
I did not say I'm cute, okay? Don't reword what I'm saying. I'm not about that.
I got a baby face. Well, ask Colleen, does he have a baby face or not? Like,
I think you do have a bit of a baby. I think you do have a bit of a baby face.
And we'll do this. We'll put him in big. We'll put him up on screen. We can all see.
Yeah, I think he's got a bit of a baby face.
Yeah, there we go. I actually think, I'll answer your question, Cole. I think Spurs will improve. I almost feel like there'll be this, if he leaves, there'll kind of be this notion of they're done now, Spurs. And I think that'll galvanize the team. I think it'll make other people, other people step up. What do you think, Roy? Go on.
There's no way Spurs can get better if Kane leaves. That's just not possible. But there's a way they can survive without him leaving. And now, me personally, this is someone I've done a lot of prop for before. If you see my Twitter, I'm a big fan of him. I would personally ride it out with Richarlison for 6 months and knock on Brentford's door and say, bring me Ivan Toney. That's what I would do. I think Ivan Toney, profile-wise, is the closest player to Harry Kane in European football. He's got pretty much, maybe not to the same range or execution in terms of passing and finishing, but he's got pretty much all of Kane's traits. Obviously, he's not as good as him, and I don't think he'll ever be as good as him. But in terms of profile-wise, I would hang with Richarlison for 6 months. I believe Ange can coach him into a better player than he was last season. And then, January 17th, when Tony's ban ends, you knock on Brentford's door and say, 50, 60 million, bring me that number 17. You bring him to what these words? N5, N16? I don't know whether N17, wherever they
N17.
are. N17. And then I believe if Richarlison can hold it down and then they get Tony in January, they could potentially grab a top 4 spot.
But he can't. Whoa. That's the thing. That's the thing.
No, I'm telling you. If Spurs get the signings they need, because like I said, I believe Ange is a top manager.
Hang on.
You lot all heard.
Hang on. I'm gonna let you explain in a minute, but you just said to me there's no way they improve if Kane leaves, and you just predicted them fucking improving.
No. Hold on. I didn't say hold on. I didn't say top 4 was impossible with Kane there. Like they can get top. They can get top 4.
Like you said they wouldn't improve, and you just put them 4 or 5 places higher in the league.
No. I'd never said where they're ending up if Kane stays.
But if he leaves, an improvement is up.
Hold on.
Let me explain myself.
Hold on. Where do they finish if Kane stays then?
If Kane stays and they get the signing that they need, maybe like one more midfielder, and they get Tapsoba or Van de Ven or whichever centre back the link with to partner Romero, I think they can finish fourth, but fourth or fifth.
But if
I'm
Kane
leaving
leaves,
fourth.
they still get top 4.
No. If Harry, no. These are the hypotheticals. If Harry Kane leaves, that's the first hypothetical, and Richarlison can hold it down for 6 months. I'm not saying score 17, 20 league goals before January.
What
I'm
is
just
he
saying,
talking-
I'm just saying, do your job and don't be a net negative. And then you go and grab Ivan Toney in January, who I believe is the closest Kane profile in the whole of Europe. I believe Ange is good enough to get that side top 4.
At the
I'm
expense
not
of
saying they will
like
get
Ten
it,
Hag,
but I'm
Newcastle,
saying
another one of
they've-
those
they've
who've
got a
been there for a
chance.
bit longer.
Who's
The
scoring the
old-
goals for Tottenham?
The old manager of Kangaroo.
Like
He
I
just
said,
told you guys. He
guys,
just
I
told you
just
Richarlison. He just
if
told you.
IF, that's a hypothetical word, guys. If Richarlison can hold it down for 6 months, because I believe Tony's guaranteed goals.
No, we heard your
hear me out.
hypothetical. It just ain't making sense.
Tony's guaranteed goals. Tony's guaranteed goals. I don't care what anyone
Well, who
tells
says
What?
Tony wants to go there?
No,
Wait, do you
again,
guys not rate?
He's
Do
not.
you guys
He's not
not rate
rejecting.
Richarlison
He's not
anymore?
rejecting Spurs to stay at Brentford. Like, what are we doing?
He's no. What again?
What is
Richard's
Spurs? Right,
not a
all
good
jokes aside,
footballer.
because Spurs
No,
is a big name team, right? What's
He's
their
not rejecting
project?
Spurs to stay at Brentford.
What's it? If I'm Ivan Toney, sell me Spurs' project. What's their project?
You say we've got a fantastic new manager in. We've made good signings.
What?
You
what
say-
who are
Terry
the
laughed
signings?
at the first
You-
sentence.
what-
He said
why
new
do you
manager.
keep-
He laughed.
Wait, guys, hear me out here. Guys,
You're building your whole argument based on him being a fantastic manager. Like
no, because
that's
I
the whole
believe Ange is a
argument.
fantastic
Oh, no, guys,
manager.
hang on. Let's do Roy a turn here. Go on, explain it to us, Roy, my boy.
So, like I said, there's no way Tony is rejecting Spurs to stay at Brentford. Like, unless he falls over and bangs his head, that's not happening. Now, from Spurs' perspective, you mention your great stadium, your great training facilities, all this stuff. You say we've got a fantastic manager. You gas up your new signings. You say James Maddison, he's a guy who can create chances for you. Romero and whoever the other centre back is they sign, they can hold it down at the back. You gas up Ange's system, which I believe is top tier. You just give every single positive bit you can. Whether it's like you gas up, even if you think a guy's mid, you gas him up. Gas up their players, their managers, training
Ivan Toney's
staff,
not
stadium.
stupid, bro. If someone's
this
mid,
stuff.
he's gonna see through it.
No. Like I said, it's not Spurs squad.
If I said to you right now,
go on.
I've got a Bentley outside on the drive, you're gonna be like, no, you don't, Cal.
Okay, Roy. If your
Maybe you do.
hypotheticals are right,
Yeah.
if your hypotheticals are right, and they think if they do everything you just said, get Tony, Richarlison holds it down, whatever, and you think they can finish top 4.
I think it's possible.
Who in this world, who is your top 4? Because I just don't see anyone else dropping out at the expense of Spurs excelling because of Ange and that's that kind of scenario.
By the way,
you
next
presented.
season's top 5, guys. Just a reminder.
Yeah, to be fair, top 5 gets CL. But I personally think, let's say everyone gets who they're linked with. No crazy links. I'm not talking like, Liverpool, we're going to sign Mbappe or Haaland's going to go to United or anything like that. Let's say everyone gets who they've been rumoured with. I believe City are going to be there. I believe Arsenal are going to be there. I believe United are going to be there. And I think Spurs could potentially, if Liverpool don't really get the metrics right and the optics right, they could potentially finish above them. I'm not saying they will. I'm saying it's possible. I'm saying it's possible.
What metrics?
Yeah, but it's also possible that Bournemouth end up in the top 4. But it's
So
not
you want Kane to leave Spurs? Wait. You want Kane to leave Spurs? You want Kane to leave Spurs?
No, I
and
didn't
then
say I
you
want Kane to
them-
leave Spurs.
No, not want them. But in this argument, Kane is leaving Spurs, and then they're finishing ahead of Liverpool.
I never said they are. I said it's possible.
Okay,
They can finish 5th, and I'll be like, okay, that's not right.
I have a question.
A team that lost their best player is finishing ahead of Liverpool. A team that's supposed to come back. A team that I despise, but I can easily say that they'll be in the mix for the top 4 next season easily.
Yeah,
you think them using their star player, and they could do that. I mean, a lot of things can happen. I can wake up and I can win the lottery.
Liverpool have
I want to bet on it.
Liverpool still have to fit in McAllister. They'll have to fit in Szoboszlai.
I know what you're doing, Roy.
Right?
Roy, I know what you're doing, Roy. There's a writer strike in Hollywood right now, and he's hoping someone's watching. He's like, I don't strike. I'm going to write these.
No, Roy, I have a question for you.
Story there,
I have a question for you, Roy.
Go on.
You think that Ange is a fantastic manager? What if Tony doesn't think that?
I don't think. I think if you explain Ange properly to him, there's no way you'll think otherwise. Tactically, he's top tier. He's been a winner wherever he's gone. He's a fantastic manager. Look at his talent ID. He was picking up so many gems at Celtic. Like, Ange has a lot. I told you, Ange is a fantastic manager.
But what
And
if he doesn't?
if Tony
You're,
doesn't leave
you're,
again,
sat
obviously,
here, you're sat here explaining to me why you think Ange is a fantastic manager, and I still don't believe you.
no,
So,
that's
what
fine.
if
Like I said,
Tony's the
if
exact-
Tony
so
doesn't
what
believe you, your
Tony's
hands
the
are
same?
tied.
That's David. That's not Tony.
But I
He
believe,
still
I
doesn't
believe.
believe you.
Listen. I believe Tony's an intelligent guy. I believe. Obviously, he's made.
Yeah, that's why he won't believe what you just said.
He made a couple sketchy decisions. I believe he picked it right.
That's been my whole point.
Right?
He said he's an
Yeah,
intelligent guy. Thank you. That's why
He
this
is.
all bullshit.
I'm gonna go to some of these super chats here.
Oh,
First
I'm gonna
one
get
says,
cooked, man.
"Roy, stop hanging around with the gal," is what LJ Brown says here. Luton top 4, be positive, it's possible, is what Anthony says. Respect Bruce. His ball knowledge is better than Tuchel's. This is something that Roy once said, ladies and gentlemen, that Roy has
ID, not ball knowledge,
talent ID than Thomas Tuchel. Anyway, I see Ange getting Son back to his best, is what a rude boy says. He could. Colleen, when you old, I'll be waiting for you like the MLS.
It's kind of funny, actually.
That is quite funny. That's a good super chat.
I like
We'll come back to what one is in a minute. This comes back to the system thing from earlier. System means that the manager needs to replicate success with different players. Pep has been doing that for the past 5 to 6 years. Same for Klopp. Arteta and Ten Hag will need to prove this season.
Don't put Ten Hag and Arteta in the same sentence together when it comes to that. One has been there for what? This is his 4th full year coming up, and my manager, this is his 2nd year. Don't do that. This guy's definitely an Arsenal fan. He tried to sneak that one in. You're not gonna do that.
Do you think we'll come back to the Arsenal stuff when we speak about Arsenal a bit later in the show? But the City system has lost pieces. It has, but they might replace them. They probably will replace them. This says Kane, and I don't know how to say this in Portuguese, but it means my captain will make a great partnership. Oh, they will. Kane and Bruno together. Oh my days. Oh, honestly, I'm getting a bit hard thinking about it. I'm not even joking.
Transition with Kane, 40-yard ball in behind Rashford's toe, right on the end of it. Bang.
Boom.
You have a lot of scenarios, Roy. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.